sad, low mood, right? So here sad indicates stress, anxiety, and depression. So everyone facing this problem during the COVID-19 lockdown. So I'm going to talk about this in the today's webinar. Okay. Could you please tell me the origin of COVID-19, where it was started, and from which city or which country? As everyone talking about COVID, and is this a man-made or human-made or animal-made, or it is a lab-made virus? We don't know the actual reason how the virus was started, but we know the place where it was started. Can you identify the dark spot on the map?
Yes, yes.
So this is the area we cannot forget in our lifetime. Maybe the next few generations will not forget about this place, right? Okay, this is none other than Wuhan city, a city in China. The organism started, the virus started from this area, and now almost 215 countries affected by this virus. And when I was preparing this slides 2 days ago, I've seen in the WHO website 215 countries affected by this virus. But luckily, when I was checking at night, 1:30 p.m. yesterday, it is today 1:30 p.m. right, 1:30 a.m. So I saw that one more country is added in this list. So now 260 countries having this virus problem. Okay, it is a deadly coronavirus outbreak that originated from the Wuhan city. And this virus was started spreading in the year 2019. That's why it is called as COVID. Dear audience, can you mute your mic?
Sir, your side host mic mute all button, sir. It's all this get modified.
Okay.
Mute all button, your sides.
Okay, now it's okay, I think. So this virus was started spreading across the globe since 2019 December. That's why it's called as COVID-19, and it is spreaded across all the countries in the globe. But however, this virus outbreak was considered as a pandemic by WHO in the year 2020 March 11, and it affected almost 216 countries so far. And it's a kind of beta coronavirus like MERS coronavirus and SARS coronavirus. So like Robo 1, Robo 2, it's a version 2 of the virus SARS-CoV-2. It is a spherical or pleomorphic single-stranded enveloped RNA virus, and it is having a crown-like structure on the top of the virus. That's why it's called as coronavirus. So it is a glycoprotein made a shape like a crown, and it has 4 different subtypes like beta, alpha, beta, gamma, and delta coronavirus. What is the spreading history of this COVID-19? We know that this virus was started spreading since January 2019, but officially the China reported to the media on 7th of January. And it's spread to Thailand, then Japan, then Korea, America, UAE, and to Malaysia and Australia and other countries. So far, we know that 216 countries affected by this virus. Okay, so far, how many people are affected by this virus? So as per the latest data from WHO, says that 42 lakhs people affected by this virus. That is a confirmed cases. However, there are about 2,94,000 deaths so far across the globe. 2 days ago, we know that America is completely, most of the people in America, there is a large number of people in America affected by this virus disease. 2 days before, when I was checking the data, it says that the Europe was on the top number of people affected by this virus. But yesterday, the trend is changed. Now, more people, American peoples having this virus disease when compared to other continent. So America's the top. However, the Africans are having less number of virus disease. Even India is having very less percentage or incidence of virus disease than compared to any other countries according to the population wise. So coming to the individual countries, we know that United States of America having more number of virus cases, followed by Russian Federation and the United Kingdom. Then in this top list now, India came to the list, that is almost 78,000 cases are there so far due to the coronavirus positive. Okay. So what are the common symptoms of coronavirus disease? We know that it may produce high-grade fever, more than 39 degrees centigrade of fever, and followed by cough and shortness of breath. Normally, these symptoms will start showing, or what is it? You can experience the symptoms after 2 to 14 days of initial exposure to the virus. Not only these three symptoms, there are some other symptoms called chills, muscle pain, sore throat. Some few people can see loss of taste or smell. So the intensity of virus symptoms will vary from person to person, from children to adult, and everywhere. Okay, everyone. So we cannot expect all the people may have same type of symptoms. So it depends on their immune level, depends on their comorbid conditions. So the intensity will vary, depends on the patient. Okay, and apart from these symptoms, some may experience nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea too. So these are some of the symptoms. If you have any of these symptoms, you have to consult your doctor for the test. Okay. So how can we prevent the virus infection? So the first and foremost steps in virus spreading prevention is wash your hands. We have to wash our hands minimum 20 seconds under the running tap water. This washing, we have to wash our hands with either soap or hand sanitizer. The hand sanitizer should have minimum 60% of alcohol. This washing procedure will not kill the organism, but however, it will wash out or clean your hands free from the organisms. And if you're having any infection, or if you touch any untidy area or unusual area, don't touch your nose or mouth or your eyes without washing your hands. And as we know that we are at home, the government is asking us to stay at home, don't go away, right? So it is not an easy task. And the fourth one is prevention step is we have to maintain the social distancing. Even though government is asking us to maintain social distancing, but we are going for meat shop, we are going to market, and we are not following the rules and regulations. We have to maintain a social distancing of 6 feet. Whenever you feel coughing or sneezing, at that time you are supposed to cover your nose and mouth, and by using a tissue paper, and discard the tissue paper safely in a dustbin. If you're not using any tissue paper, you can use your elbow joint to cover your cough or sneezing. Apart from that, we are working at home and we are staying at home. Clean all the area where we are touching frequently. Okay, so this will avoid the spreading of the organism. So I'm going to talk about the staying at home. Okay, so what are the problems you are encountering during stay at home? It is not an easy task for us. Even the government is asking us to stay at home, it's not an easy task, because we habituated to go out, we habituated to talk with the neighbors, friends, family. Just if you're not feeling comfortable, you will go out for just a ride. But now the government is asking us to stay at home, so it is not an easy task. So what we will face now, it's not easy. We know that the busiest city in the world, New York, is under lockdown. Again, Paris in lockdown, and Moscow also in the lockdown. Russia, even Malaysia also in the lockdown. Almost last 2 months we are in the lockdown period. Again, Sydney is in lockdown, and India also in the lockdown. So almost all the countries are in the lockdown. It means we are not allowed to go outside. We have to sit at home with our family members. So government is asking us, spend more time with your family members. Don't go out, right? So it's not easy task to spend time with family members. We know that. So what are the problems associated with the lockdown, and what we are doing now? We are spending limited time with the neighbors, relatives, and friends, and most are working from home, and most are working for home, and some are taking rest, and students are going through their online classes through Zoom or Meet or some other sources, and few lost a job, and few other people had salary reduction or due to pay. So these are some of the problems or what we are doing. This unprecedented situation put a lot of pressure over the employee and as well as the employer and family, kids, and all affected people. It's not easy tasks to see your family members 24/7 for almost 2-3 months, right? So even though it's your family, it's not easy task to see the same face again and again. So sometimes we may have family quarrel. Sometimes the kids will make a noise when you're doing office work. Sometimes the kids may fight each other. So a lot of pressures are there with you. And it has a directly or indirectly created pressure and tension over everyone. and there are lack of job security. We cannot expect, if the situation continues for next few months, we cannot say everyone will be safer side. So there are lack of job security and economic imbalance. We are not earning, but we are spending from our savings. So the savings are diluted. So economic imbalance are there, and workloads. It's not, we cannot say we are working from home and we don't have any work. We have a lot of workloads, and family core also another problem. Then postponement of important assignments. If it is able to do online, we can do online. Some of the things we cannot do online. We have to go to a particular area to meet the person and do the commitment. But these things we cannot do it. So we are postponing all the important assignments, and we are not sure about the future, when the virus will end, when we'll go back to normal life, when we'll go and see our family members, when we'll go back to a normal life. So it is unsure about the future, and there are many problems. So all this problem put us stress, anxiety, and depression. So today I'm going to talk about how to cope up with the SAD, stress, anxiety, and depression. So what is stress? It is a kind of feeling where one may feel being under abnormal pressure. So it is, everyone may have some abnormal pressure. So this abnormal pressure will create some amount of feeling. That feeling is considered as stress. And this may be a increased workload, or provisional period, or financial crisis, or it's an argument with the family members or friends. So all these problems may affect your day-to-day life, and it may create a unusual stress, is known as pressure or stress. Next one is anxiety. So it is an emotion characterized by feeling of tension or worried thoughts. So if the salary is credited on time, you'll be happy. If the salary is not credited, then we may have worries when it will be created. It is a worry, kind of worry. So different kind of worries will be there. And this may produce a physical changes in our system, like it may increase our blood pressure, heart rate, and everything. And the common symptoms of anxiety are sweating, trembling, dizziness, and rapid heartbeat. And the next one is depression, the low mood. It is a serious and common medical illness. One have depression may feel low mood or lack of interest to do any work. So this may put various physical emotional changes, and it will affect all aspects of a person's life. So do I have stress or anxiety or depression? So now we are talking through the Zoom meeting, and we are talking with the family members. We are talking over the phone through video call every time, right? So even though we are talking with our family members or friends or relatives or neighbors, do we have any stress or anxiety or depression? We didn't analyze so far, right? Okay, because some symptoms are, you can easily recognize. There's some symptoms of stress, anxiety, sad, easily can recognizable, and some symptoms you cannot recognize. So for that, you have to go for analysis. So normally we are using DSM-5 questionnaire. This DSM-5 questionnaire analyze whether we have stress, anxiety, or depression. So there are 13 items or 13 domains are there with the 23 items. So the 13 domains will assess each and every aspects of anxiety, depression, mania, and stress. So there are four scales, that is response scales. If your 0 indicates none at all, and slightly means rare or less, and 2 means mild or several days, and 4 means moderate, and the 3 means moderate, and 4 means very severe. So according to the symptoms, according to the experience of you in the last 2 weeks, you have to mark the circle. You have to mark the items by using. So let us say, for example, the first one, little interest or pleasure or in doing things. The second one is feeling down or depressed or hopeless. So if you feel depressed or hopeless almost every day, it indicates that you are scoring 4. And if it is mild, means several days. If you have the several days, maybe in the last 2 weeks, you have to mark 2. So either you have to mark according to the experience of the sad. Okay, so another items from item domain from 7 to 13. There are 23 total items are there. Based on that, you have to mark. Okay, as I said earlier, each and every domain analyzes different aspects of depression, anger, mania, and anxiety. So with mild or greater, the variance or severity threshold. And if you are marking level 2 and above, it indicates that you are in moderate to severe depression or anxiety or stress. You have to consult your doctor, right? So no need to do it now. Maybe after the seminar or webinar also, you can download the DSM questionnaire and you can do it. So how can we overcome or manage SAD? Okay, so I'm not going to talk about all the pharmacology therapy, what we are going to use, what we are using nowadays to treat SAD. because we are not allowed to go out unless you are having a serious illness to consult a doctor or to get admission to the hospital. But even though without taking any pharmacological agent, we can manage all these complications by using some natural therapies, like all these things: exercise, meditation, deep breathing, sleep, writing, time management, avoid smoking, alcohol or drugs, diet, herbal supplements, aromatherapy, reduce caffeine intake, spend time with the friends and family, animals, laugh and music, yoga, cuddle with your spouse, avoid common ticket. So these are some of the things we can use it for reducing the stress, anxiety. Do you see any problem in the slides? Okay, now I will tell you there are two fours are there. You can see after number 3, deep breathing, there are sleep and writing, right? So there are two fours. Again, the right side items are not similar to the left side items. The left side items are having bullet points, but the right side items are not having bullet point. Did you notice that? Even though we are watching the slides, we are not able to concentrate fully because some amount of pressure are there in our brain, or some amount of pressure, anxiety or stress. So this is not allowing us to concentrate fully in each and every aspect. So this is a kind of symptoms for SAD, but we are not recognizing it fully. Okay, coming to the first one, exercise. So exercise is a very good one. We can completely reduce the stress level or anxiety or depression level. I'm not asking you to do a vigorous exercise. We cannot go for gym nowadays. So you can do some mild exercise along with your family members, your kids, to reduce the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol. Okay. However, when you're doing exercise, it will stimulate the production of endorphin. It is a natural body painkiller as well as mood elevator. There are two types of exercises: high intensity and low intensity exercise. I'm not asking you to go for high intensity exercise because there are a lot of complications are there. So you can go for mild and moderate intensity exercises. This will increase your brain function as well as you can feel better. And next one is meditation. For nowadays in the lockdown period, almost 4 or 5 people in the home, we are spending all the 24/7 hours within 4 walls. So you can easily find out a lonely place, a silent place to do the meditation. So meditation is just a process of correlating your brain, connecting your brain with your body. So for this, you no need of any silent place. Even along with your animals, your pets, along with your family members, you can do the meditation. Okay. So what are the main benefits of meditation? You can reduce your stress level. You can create your self-confidence. You can reduce your stress, anxiety, all the complications. Then improve your immunity, increase your body balances, and improves focus and memory, as well as it can bring harmony to your life. And deep breathing. Everyone is breathing, right? Every day, every time, every minute, every seconds you are breathing. But actually deep breathing is a little bit different from the normal breathing. So this normal breathing will help you to get complete, relaxation from the stress, anxiety and depressions. How to do? There are 6 steps are there. First one, you have to lie down or sit down in a properly comfortable area. Then close your eyes, because if you're opening your eyes, you cannot do it properly. There will be a lot of distraction. So close your eyes, put one hand on your chest, another hand on your stomach. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. When you're taking deep breathing inside through your nose, breathe in through nose. At the time, the lower hand will go forward and the upper hand will go backward. Okay, so now the stomach will come up. And after that, you have to hold your breath for a few seconds, then slow out through mouth. So breathe in through nose, breathe out through mouth. So when you're breathing out, your upper hand will go backward, and the upper hand will go forward and the lower hand will go backward. So this is a process how to do the normal breathing exercises. You can repeat this more than 4 or 5 times per time. So the picture says that how to go for belly breathing. Belly breathing is the right breathing to get relaxation from the stress and anxiety. And the chest breathing is wrong one. You cannot get complete stress relief from this method. And there are some type of deep breathing exercises like stomach belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, and paced respiration. So this will lower your heart rate as well as the respiratory rates, and you can avoid the stressful situation. So the next one is sleep. Even though we are working from home, we are sitting at home, we are not sleeping properly, right? So most of the time we are using laptop or mobile phones and we are watching Facebook all the times, and we are not using. If you are going regular duty, maybe you have to wake up morning 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, you have to go for job. But now there is no time regulations. So we are not sleeping properly on time. We are spending most of the time in the internet, and we are sleeping at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right? So the lack of sleep will disturb you mentally. So the sleep is very, very essential. It helps you to repair your body. It will helps in good heart rate, maintain the heart rate and reduces stress, improve our memory, and also can control the body weight, and also can improve our well-being. So how to make, there are some simple rules how to get a good sleep. So follow your routine bed schedule. If you started sleeping at 10 o'clock, means follow the same schedule at 10 p.m. every day. Avoid using electronic gadgets, either mobile phone or WhatsApp, whatever it may be. Use all the, avoid all using all the electronic gadgets, and performing some relaxing exercise. You can go for some deep breathing exercise or relaxation exercise. You can do it. Otherwise, if you feel bored, read some books. Okay, take a bulky book and read, so you can get immediate sleep. Because reading is always put a pressure over brain and to make us sleep, right? So I'm asking you to read book, not Facebook. Okay, so use always a dark room or minimal light source to room. So this will help you to get sleep very faster. And use a quiet or low noise room, as well as take a deep breathing exercise before sleeping. This will give you a complete stress-free sleep. And writing. Writing is one of the methods to relieve your stress, anxiety, and depression. So what you can write? You can write a journal article or manuscript or stories or poem. And if you forget to give any love letter to your wife, write a love letter to your wife and give it to her. Otherwise, if you forget to give a love letter in your past life to your girlfriend, write a love letter to your girlfriend, but don't give it to your girlfriend. Just put it in the dustbin. Okay, otherwise your wife will kick you out. So you can write some form of writing. This writing will help you to get complete recovery from the stress, anxiety, and depression. Otherwise, you can give some writing tasks to your family members, kids. You can ask them to write some stories or scenario about the COVID, and you can offer some gift or anything, so they can write, and it is a kind of relaxation exercise. So you can do it. And time management is very, very important. So if you're not managing the time, again, you will be in a lot of pressure. So this pressure or tension will create stress, anxiety, and depression. So how to manage the time? First, you have to set a goal. The goal should be correct. You have to set the goal. Prioritize wisely all the activities. Which one should come first, which one should go last, and which one should be done now, which one should be done later. So set a time limit for each and everything. So for each and every task, set a time limit. And after that, take a break between the task. Okay, so if you're not taking a break, then again it's a physical deformities, then physical force will be there, pressure, it will create a lot of health issues. Then organize yourself, follow your time schedule, organize yourself. Even though you're not going to office, wake up morning and start working from home at 9 o'clock, complete your task by 5 o'clock. So practice a regular work schedule and remove non-essential items. If you feel that this is not necessary now, you remove all the items and prioritize the work, then plan ahead before doing any activity. Okay, so if you're not maintaining your time properly, lot of tasks will be accumulated, then finally you'll be in stress. So you have to avoid it. Please remember that we don't have any time machine to get what we lost. Okay, so prioritize accordingly and manage your time properly. So avoid alcohol, smoking, and drugs. So normally when we feel stress, we can see our friends, when they feel stress, they will go for smoking. When they feel stress, they will go for weekend alcohol party, right? So a study says that the current smokers, there are 50% of current smokers experiences frequent stress when compared to non-smokers. So if you're a smoker, there is a lot of chance for you to get stress. And apart from that, alcohol, when you feel stress, you will take alcohol. At that time, you may feel very good, but it will disturb your sleep. Instead of sleeping for long hours, you may sleep very less hours, so you may get passed out. So at that time, the next day morning, you may get a wake up or hangover. So this hangover or wake up, lack of sleep, it may put again pressure, and you'll be in stress. This stress and anxiety will ask you to drink more. Again, we'll go to the taskmark and buy everything. So the cycle will be repeated again. So you have to avoid alcohol. A study says that the 1 in 3% those are using drugs are having anxiety and depression. Okay, almost 33% of people using drugs are having frequent or repeated anxiety or depression. So you have to avoid all these things. And diet. Nowadays, we can see we are sitting at home and we are trying different varieties of items, dishes, and we are not concentrating on how much we are consuming, right? So most of the time, fried items, sugary items, carbohydrate, fat, there is no limit. We are eating much of all this, food, junk foods, all these things. So this will put a pressure. I'm damn sure that maybe after the lockdown period, once the lockdown is lifted, once the problem is over, we can experience more number of the dyslipidemia, hypertension, diabetes cases in the hospital. Okay, so to avoid that such type of complication, you have to go for some good healthy food intake. You can take fruits, vegetables to maintain your health, like cherries, banana, lemons, broccoli, avocado, and almonds, blueberries, oranges. For cooking, you can use olive oil or grapeseed oil, or you can use unsaturated fats for that, and you can use omega-3 fatty acids. So this will help you to get complete recovery from the stress, and it will improve your health. And apart from that, you can take herbal supplements. There are a lot of herbal supplements are available. So these herbal supplements are approved by WHO as a OTC product. You can buy directly from the pharmacy and you can consume it. Okay, there are valerian root, St. John's wort, and ashwagandha. You can use it for anxiety, stress, and also for kava kava, for mood enhancers. So a lot of things are available in the market. You can buy and take it to get recovery from the stress, anxiety, and depression. Next one is aromatherapy. Aroma means a flavor. So you can use any flavor, scented flavors. So like lavender, rose, vetiver, or chamomile, or orange or autumn blossoms. So this flavor will give you a good relief from the stress. Keep your area very tidy, very clean. And if your area or bedroom or your living room having any foul smell, it will put you in pressure. It will create some amount of tension over you. So you have to make the area very clean and scented one, flavored one. So this will give you a good, pleasant atmosphere and complete relief from the stress. And reduce caffeine intake. So caffeine is normally we are taking 3 or 4 cups of coffee per day, right? Some are taking 1 or 2 cups, and many people are taking 3 or 4 cups of coffee per day. So the caffeine present in the coffee or tea will increase a lot of pressure to each and everyone. So a study says that caffeinated energy drink negatively affect the mental health, particularly in young consumers. At the same time, if you are taking caffeine again and again, caffeine overdose will be there. This caffeine overdose will affect the mental health. So always have to limit the caffeine intake. And spend time with the friends, family, and animals. So even though we are, we are sitting at home, most of the time we are watching televisions, we are watching YouTubes, we are watching Facebooks, we are watching, chatting with our neighbors using the WhatsApp. But we are not spending quality time with our family members. We are not talking with our family members. So this is not at all good, actually. You can spend good time with your family members. You can play some fun games. Okay, there are a lot of small games are there. You can play with your kids and your family members, your spouse. So this will release as oxytocin, a natural stress relieving hormone. Otherwise, you can spend quality time with your pets. Pets are the very good companion for love and support. So you can spend more time with your family members and quality time with the family members and the pets. And laugh and music. Laugh is another therapy. This laughing therapy will reduce your stress level, anxiety, and depression level. It improves your respiration as well as circulation. It can increase the immune system as well as the defense mechanisms. It can elevate the pain threshold, and it can increase the tolerance, reduce stress, tension, anxiety. Then laughing will increase your mental functioning as well as memory. Then it can improve the relationship built through identity and solidarity. Also, it can increase or promote psychological well-being. Laughing is good, but don't irritate others by laughing. Okay, yeah, laughing or smiling is good for everyone. Apart from laughing, music also good. For music, that you are supposed to sing. You can listen music or you can sing some songs. For singing, you don't need to be a Lata Mangeshkar or A.R. Rahman or any other famous singer, right? Maybe a bathroom singer or toilet singer or a bedroom singer or whatever it may be. Don't expect a quality voice. With your own voice, you can sing any song. So this will improve your self-image and increase self-esteem. You can decrease your anxiety, agitation, and also improve your cohesiveness, then increase your motivation. And the hearing music will increase and make you a successful and self-emotional person. Okay. Then yoga. Yoga is originated from India. Now almost all the countries accepted yoga as a good therapy for stress release, right? So a study in effect of yoga on stress, anxiety, and depression says that yoga is an effective tool or a method to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. And it can be considered as a complementary medicine, and it can reduce the medical cost. So if you're practicing yoga every day, you can reduce your stress level, you can control your hypertension, you can improve your immune system. So this can avoid the healthcare cost. And the next one is yoga for anxiety and depression. Okay. So the Harvard Medical School suggested that they have conducted many research. The many research says that yoga is very good for reducing anxiety and depression. You can get good response from the yoga. Next one is cuddle. So cuddling is very essential, right? So is when they started the lockdown period, the first few days, almost all the pharmacies sold out condom packets. You know that there are many newspaper put in a heading. Almost all the pharmacies are, what is that? Not having the stock of condoms, because the people prepare the mindset. They know that what they are going to do during the lockdown period. It's not joking. You can check in the newspaper. So cuddling, hugging, kissing, and sexual activities can help you to get recovery from the stress, anxiety, and depression. So because this physical contact releases oxytocin and can lower the cortisol level, and in turn it can reduce your heart rate as well as blood pressure. So this is very essential. Not only human being, even animals also going for cuddling. Okay, so cuddling is very essential. No, nothing to worry. You can spend quality time with your family members, your spouse. Avoid common trigger. Yes, we know that there are a lot of triggers are there for stress, anxiety, and depression. How can we avoid? So if the particular trigger is a person or a group of people, rethink to continue in the same group or with the people. We can see in a lot of WhatsApp group, different people have different opinions. Sometimes this pressure will create something over your mind, and you are posting something in the Facebook, and someone will react in different way. Okay, they will unprofessional way they will reflect. So at that time, you have to rethink whether you have to continue with that fellow or not. Okay, so it is your wall and your view. You can post anything. Correct. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, you can rethink it. And being alone, overthinking, unwanted fear, stressful job or assignments, inadequate planning, dumping your workloads, and over expectations, lack of self-satisfaction are some other trigger which can produce stress, anxiety, and depression. You can ask your spouse to cook any one non-veg at a time. If you're asking mutton, chicken, fish, all the things, everything all at a time, she cannot cook everything. She's a human being having only two hands. So if you're expecting too much, it will put a lot of pressure over your husband or wife. So again, it's a problem. Correct. So you can spend adequate time with the lack of with the less expectation. Self-satisfaction is very essential. Even though the food is not having a salt, you have to accept it. You have to tell your spouse the food is very good, very tasty. If you keep on complaining, again she will not put anything, she will not prepare anything. Right? Okay. So these can be avoided in appropriate way through proper planning, execution, and limiting our expectations. Okay. So the take-home note of the today webinar is: be simple, don't expect much, reduce your expectation, be mindful, and keep hydrated. Drink plenty of water, be energetic, be enthusiastic, and always have your fun and play with your family members. Age is just a number. It is just a number. Never mind. You can play, you can have some fun and play with your family members, with your kids or spouse. And timely completion of all the tasks is very essential. Don't delay any work. Prioritize your work. Complete everything then and there. Have adequate rest. Don't use mobile phone after 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Okay, and switch off or put in silent mode. Go to sleep. Take adequate rest. And it is your life and family is at most important than job. Okay, so spend quality time with your family members. Give priority to your family members' needs. And this is not end and the best yet to come. Okay, I'm not telling about the coronavirus going to end now. Maybe this will end next month or next week or next year, or maybe it will not end. As per the WHO statement, yesterday's statement, they are telling that we are not going to get complete recovery from the COVID. it will be there. Okay, so we have to live with the COVID. We have to practice how to live with the COVID. So this is not end, but the best yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful and amazing talk. This is relevant to the current scenario. It's a pleasure to listen to you. We have received a few more questions due to time. I have 2 questions to ask you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. How to manage SAD for responders, that is responding to COVID-19?
Okay, so the people with the SAD, you means respondents means
those who are responded, responded to COVID-19, the patients.
Yeah, okay. So these patients, they can manage, they can practice all these things, because even though they are in the hospital for the lockdown period, in the isolation period, in the quarantine period, they can do these practice medication, yoga, they can do it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, over the bed, they can sit and do it. It's not a problem.
Okay, and one more question. Does recovered person, that is recovered from COVID-19 patient, suffer from SAD?
Okay, so recovered patient also, everything based on the immunity.
Yeah.
Okay, so even after the lockdown period, even when you're even after the recovery period, you cannot say you are having 100% immunity. So to improve immunity, you can do all these things to reduce it, because stress is the main culprit to reduce our immune level. So if you're reducing your stress level, you can easily boost up your immunity. So if you're practicing all these things, you can boost up your immunity. So you cannot expect. There are a lot of cases are there. Even after discharge, okay, even they tested negative. After discharge also, they said after a few weeks, they said it's a positive. Okay. So it is a recurrence, so coming again and again. So you can avoid all this type of complication by doing all these natural therapies.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. From your talk, we understood that the most important thing is to stay alive. Let's value our life. Yes. You can go through this tough time joyfully if you make up your mind, right, sir? From your presentation, we understood, right? Yeah, once again, thank you to all the participants and entire crew of School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Vistas, for making this program successful. This is Vijayanandi signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. You can reach me at my Facebook or LinkedIn or Google Scholar. You can reach me and you can see a lot of my research and all the things. And if you have any queries, you can send a mail or WhatsApp call. No problem.
Dear participants, you can submit your feedback forms to send to your mail and grab your e-certificates. Thank you. This is Dr. Shanmugasundaram signing off, Director, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Thank you, sir. We'll meet you again.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.